isn't evolution just a theory? The point being is, it is the theory of evolution. And you and I, when we talk, it's a theory, it means it's a hunch, it's a guess, right? That's how we talk in ordinary language. It's the same in American English as it is the same in English, right? If you just say, like, I have a theory who robbed the bank. I have a theory where my burger went, right? Then it just means that you have a hunch, you have a guess. So what's the big fuss about? Evolution is just a guess, right? Unfortunately not. Simply because something that not just Muslims, people in general, we have to wake up to, is that in the language of science, the word theory doesn't mean guess or hunch. If someone says, why not? It's because whenever you deal with science, historically science, even before the modern era, tended to take on words from a language and then give it a specific meaning. So, for example, the science of hadiths, okay? I mean, hadith in the way that the Quran uses the word hadith just means talk, conversation. But when you get to hadith sciences, it takes on a specific type of talk that is ascribable to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sunnah in the Arabic language just meant a way. Now it means a particular way of a specific individual, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then even within Islam, even within the Islamic sciences, if I say Shaykhan, the two sheikhs, and I say in Islam, if I say the two sheikhs, who do I mean? Let me throw that at you guys. If I say to you the two sheikhs in Islam, who do I mean?
Two sheikhs in Islam.
Yeah, the two sheikhs. So if I was talking about something in Islam and I said, oh, and the two sheikhs said this, or the two sheikhs did that, who are the two sheikhs that I would likely be referring to?
They live in the
and
same.
They are given the title Shaykhan, the two sheikhs, or Shaykhain, the two sheikhs.
I think we're all at a loss here, but did they live in the same time period?
Yeah. Just assume they lived. The two of them lived roughly in the same time period. Assume. Okay, so
I think that's his point.
So let me help you here. If I was talking about hadiths, okay, and I said the two sheikhs said the hadith is sahih, who am I likely to be talking about?
Bukhari and Muslim.
Yeah, Bukhari and Muslim. But if I said to you, now talking about Islamic history, early Islamic history, the two sheikhs did this or that, it's unlikely to be Bukhari and Muslim, right? Who would the characters be here likely to be? Think of the obvious ones.
One of the four madhab?
Early Islamic history. And two sheikhs did this. So it will be Abu Bakr and Umar radiallahu anhuma. Okay. If I say if I'm talking to you about the Hanbali school, the Hanbali fiqh, for example, and I say the two sheikhs said this or that, then it means Ibn Qudama and Ibn Taymiyyah's grandfather, who is called Majduddin Ibn Taymiyyah and Ibn Qudama. They are the two sheikhs. But if I was talking about Shafi'i fiqh, it would be Imam Nawawi and Rafa'i. So the title two sheikhs actually means different things or different people in different subjects. Sometimes you can get a word that means something in ordinary language and it means something specialized in a science, like in hadith. Theory is the same. In science, the word theory it roughly means a fact. When we say the atomic theory, that all the stuff in the universe is made up of small bits of matter called atoms, and even if we know atoms are made up of smaller stuff, but it is small, that is not a hunch. That is a provable fact. Okay, that actually atoms are the building block of matter. I mean, even though we can go smaller than that, subatomic. Likewise, the theory of relativity, since 1905 and 1915, Einstein's special and general relativity, it's gone it's undergone hundreds and hundreds of tests and come out triumphant in each test. Its claims are beyond speculation. They are now, so much of the relativity is factual and well proven, from the fact that time slows down when objects are traveling to close to light speed, okay, to time dilation. All of those things have been established practically in practice in laboratories. So here, theory means, in science, it means an overarching explanation that describes some aspect of the natural world which is supported by evidence and rigorous testing. Evolution as a theory has a lot of evidence for it in general. So I'm not talking about evolution of human beings or evolution of rabbits. I'm just talking about evolution in general. And it has gone through rigorous testing. What do the scientific community use as hunch? They use the word hypotheses. When you hear a scientist say, I have a hypothesis, that means that scientist has an educated hunch which has yet to be tested, fully tested, and it yet has solid evidence to back it up. When it is fairly rigorously tested, and when it does have evidence to back it up, it generally moves from hypotheses to theory. Theory in science generally means fact. It means that under this umbrella of theory, there are a number of key things, core things, which are factual, but there might also be, under the umbrella of this theory, some things which are a bit speculative, a bit guesswork, but there are certainly facts under there. And that's why it's become a theory, okay? It is embarrassing sometimes when we find less so Christian and Jewish Western theologians, but when you get Muslim Western theologians who, when they respond to the question of evolution, they say, oh, it's just a theory. It makes Muslim scholarship look bad and laughable. Okay, and Islam simply doesn't deserve our lack of trying, right? Okay, we have no right to make Islam look bad and make Abrahamic monotheism look trivial in the eyes of a people who are in desperate need of it, all right, of Tawheed, of Abrahamic monotheism. So we can really park this car, right? That, oh, it's just a theory. No, you know what? That's not a sensible thing to say, because the word theory generally means a fact which is open to improvement and modification, but there are factual things under it, inshallah ta'ala.